Welcome back. This is John Roger Berry. Today I'll be reading a recent blog post from my website at johnrogerberry.com titled Cultivating Enthusiasm in Our Spiritual Life, which I hope you'll find inspiring in your own spiritual life. But first, let's invoke spiritual blessings, that all beings may be filled with divine love, light, peace, and joy. Okay, now on to our reading. When first embarking on the spiritual path, many aspirants are filled with exuberance and enthusiasm in their newfound pursuit. And no wonder. It's often like opening a door into an entirely new world. Unquestionably, spiritual aspirants should dive into their practices with passion and wholehearted eagerness when unfolding the deeper spiritual truths within themselves and radiating these inner treasures into the world. But what happens after a year, or 5 years, or 20 years on the path? Are we as enthusiastic as in our younger days? After the initial honeymoon period of spiritual practice is over, daily spiritual life can settle into a routine for those who survive this initial phase. We go through the motions, but much of the joy and associated ebullient feelings have long since faded away. So, how do we maintain our enthusiasm as if we were beginners? How do we infuse our spiritual practice with an ongoing ardor? The answer can be found in how we maintain our joy and drive and passion throughout many of life's routines and events. We somehow learn to renew within ourselves our joy of life, which buoys our family life, our career, and our mundane routines as we live our daily lives. We avoid settling into a rut, and we don't give up when adversities strike. But what of our spiritual practices? Are we still deeply in love with God? Has our meditation routine stagnated? Do we mechanically go through the motions without really tasting the joy in our practice? The Hindus have a word for taste, rasa, which in this context means palpably feeling the effects of our practice. These fruit of the Spirit collectively interweave within us to become a living experiential reality that scintillatingly embraces the very core of our being. Our challenge is to overcome any jadedness we feel in our spiritual routines. For this, we can adopt the enthusiasm of a novice practitioner. This means fostering a beginner's mind, as Soto Zen master Shunryu Suzuki enjoins. In this way, we cultivate a youthful mindset, one of wonder and curiosity, lightheartedness, and ardent faith. Unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven, as Jesus says in Matthew 18:3. To carry on the status quo will not suffice if we are to make real progress. Our practice cannot be mechanical. It needs to be fueled by passionate longing. We must jettison our adult frame of mind during our spiritual routines and continuously renew our inner joy. Cultivating enthusiasm in our spiritual life on a daily basis will make all the difference in our spiritual practice. We'll be back with more readings. Until next time, be well, keep up your spiritual practices, and always radiate joy.